It is Never Run Alone. We are here in the humble abode. What's the suburb of this? Do we want to release the suburb of our sweet prince's house?
We're in the inner west. No, I'll say Erskineville.
In the inner west. I think we probably talked about it on the pod, to be fair. When Nick
I thought about it. I was like, definitely said where I live. Yeah, we are in Erskineville, the Erskineville Echidnas household.
Wow.
Quite possibly the worst suburb in Sydney to park.
Yeah, I actually live on a double one-way road. That might actually give away what road I live on. No, as in this road goes from the top of the street is one way, and then from that end it's one way, and they meet in the middle.
Yeah, right.
And then it's like a
Which way
double stop sign.
Bang.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but the bikes. It's just crazy. Anyway, yeah, what a spot.
Not good for driving. Might be good for running.
Nah, it's not that great.
Not that good. I mean, you have.
It's hustle and
I
bustle.
mean, Sydney Park. You got
Exactly.
Sydney Park right around the corner.
Sydney Park is 500 metres from here, so.
But I'm excited. We're here. We're in your living room. We're recording a pod. We've
Living room
got
pod.
a couple of cameras. We've got the device here on the couch. I have pressed record. So hopefully everyone listening enjoys this. We're going to be doing things a little bit differently. We're going to be talking about the future of the pod because some things are changing. We sort of alluded to it last week. I did a bad job at explaining it on the Instagram stories today. So we don't have too many warm-up
Came
questions.
across as a maniac, and everyone's like, "What's happening?"
It didn't upload for like 15 minutes, and I was like, "What's going on?" Not that made.
They gave you
the
a second chance
communication-
at it.
Legit, like,
That was your out, man.
Really
Are you
wanna
sure
upload
you want
this?
to put this up? Yeah.
I was too busy to think
That's fine.
properly, but we do have an agenda. We
Nice.
did try our best to get one other person on the pod, which we will maybe talk about later on
Yeah.
in the show. But we are going to go to our one and only warm-up question that made sense. So thank you to Sissy Bergman.
Queen.
What is your worst habit?
Wow.
That's what she wants to know.
Mm.
I've been doing this recently. It doesn't always happen, but I pick at the skin
I
around
was gonna say
my
I bite
big,
my nails.
my big nail. Yeah, my thumbs, big nails. It is the biggest
the
nail.
big nail. Yeah.
Around the thumb, I pick at it, and
Yeah.
I've been doing it today.
Kirsty
Yeah.
does that when she's stressed.
I do it all the time. Yeah, I bite my fingernails, and it's
Yeah.
been a bad habit for my whole life, and I've just accepted that it's not going to change. I'm like an addict.
I imagine you have. Did you go down the route of the like bitter nail polish and?
When I was very young, and then just like, no. who
Is that a
cares?
thing? You
Yeah,
put nail
dude.
polish on it, and it stops you.
Well, it's like it's meant to taste really foul.
I was going to say, couldn't that be an addictive thing?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, if you're a masochist of some kind, and you.
I mean, people are addicted to some interesting things.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. But no, that was
We're marathon runners after all.
exactly.
true.
Yeah, exactly right.
That is true.
But no, that's just it. Yes, biting my nails is a bad habit for me. But other than that, I don't know. Not warming up enough before I run. a lot of things. So.
Mine's probably my phone.
Oh
spend way too
yeah,
much time on
so
my
do
phone.
I. I'm starting to like consciously be like, fuck, you are on your phone like
Dude,
far
I-
too much.
I have the like screen time as a big widget.
Oh, that's
and
jarring.
It's horrifying.
Yeah,
At the end of the day.
Yeah, it really shouldn't.
Like today, granted, it was a work from home day, and I was around the house, needing to be on my phone. Where are we? Big widget. Oh, it's on a
Probably
different.
not the biggest
Come here,
widget.
big widget.
Come here, big widget.
Small widget.
No, different focus. What are we
That's
at?
why your screen time's so high. You got to look for
five and a half hours
Wow.
Yeah.
of screen time.
I'd say wow, but to be honest, I could be.
It's
on,
like a quarter of your day.
yeah.
Yep.
A third of it you should be asleep, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy, dude.
Grim.
Interesting. Anyway,
There you
great
go.
question, sis.
Yeah, it is a good question. As I mentioned, we are going to be talking about the future of the pod. Next question we'll come on to. But for anyone new listening, normally we do these warm-up questions. It's to help us warm up on the pod. They're not
Loosen the vibes.
specifically warm-up related questions, but I feel like the listeners are getting more,
They're getting it.
more used to
They're
that,
figuring it out.
which is good. But I feel like there's probably always going to be a couple of new listeners, so I might as well explain that. But on
Not just a running podcast talking about what's by our nails. Yeah.
hey, warm up every time.
Yeah,
How
exactly.
many hamstring
Yeah.
stretches can one
I
do?
love a leg swing.
But yeah, as I said, alluded to it last week, we're talking about the future of the pod today. So some news is that I am returning to Melbourne I've got 1 week left in Sydney. I'm
Huge.
officially out in 2 weeks, but I will be flying back to Victoria and then flying back. And anyway, I won't get into my whole personal logistics with you. We've already told you where Cam lives.
Yeah.
We don't need any more
I
of
have
that
people at my
chat.
door.
But it's going to change things because this in-person dynamic will happen less next year. I'll be up for the Sydney Marathon. I might do the Hocker Sydney half.
Obviously Boston.
Obviously Boston. So there'll be some in-person things, but it will look different. It might sound a little different. We did the recording last week.
It will be better than
I think that turned out pretty good.
I thought the audio was average, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I think we can do better.
Okay.
I think we
I still need to fix it. So, yeah, as you can probably tell, we're going to be chatting to you about the pod in this episode. We're going to be brainstorming some ideas, and we would love feedback. We've had, a lot of consistent listeners. We've had people that we don't know reach out via personal socials, so we're very grateful for that. But we're basically going to riff on some of this. It's definitely not our regular pod for any first-time listeners, so if you're wondering what the hell is this, feel free to go back and listen to some of that.
We encourage you to start from the beginning.
Start from the beginning and come all the way through. This is episode 51. So
you can start about 25.
Yeah, you guys came in, May? May of this year?
About then, yeah.
Why don't we start there? Like, what are your recollections of it? Because I think, Chris, you'd been on a couple of episodes previously. We'd done New York, a preview and recap maybe. And maybe you were on one of the very early ones. But Cam, you started then in May. Yeah, you don't even remember.
Mate, I do not remember that.
You did a couple in 2024.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll start
I must have
with
missed
you
that
then,
episode. I don't know. I can't remember how we start, like what we started, like the reason for doing it. Like I remember you were just like, oh, should we do an episode of the pod or something in the build up to, I don't know whether it was Noosa.
We were in May. I think it was something around
We were talking about Noosa, I remember, but I'm just trying to think why the first time we went on. But anyway, started, and 6 months later, we're still consistently churning them out.
I think it all worked from the get-go.
Well, yeah.
But we're all mates. So it was an
vibe.
easy dynamic to start with.
We're all mates, and I think it was good last year in a way, but I found it very difficult, host-producer, in that getting guests is sometimes the hardest thing, especially if they're changing every week. And even the fact of, the three of us and that fourth person who's not with us today, Ella Budikin, shout out. But she was on probably the first half dozen to 10, maybe missed a couple of those. But we obviously love her thoughts, her voice, bringing that sort of female aspect. But also
we haven't kicked her off the pod.
A great run.
She's not off the pod.
She's not off the pod. We haven't kicked her out.
Absolutely want her on the pod.
If I could show you how many messages I've sent to the group chat being like, Ella, what's your schedule? How do we fit you into the pod? It'd blow your mind.
Big part of why we're doing it tonight
was originally because she said she could do it.
Because of that.
Anyway, she will be on the pod at some point.
But that was, I think, why I was like, hey, yeah, we're all mates. We'd all sort of started running together. We all met in mid-2024, but then properly started running together toward the end of 2024, and then it made sense to do the pod.
Just brought the group chat to the pod.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bit of waffle, maybe slightly more censored.
It's definitely more censored. I think everyone's got a group chat or two like that.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
What better than a few of late 20s, early 30s men starting a podcast?
Yeah.
White mates.
Thank God we had Ella.
Yeah.
Cut to the crowd.
No wonder she's...
Yeah.
There's a bit of self-reflection.
Yeah.
No, we've had many great females on joining the pod.
And we will have many more.
We will have many more.
We'll talk about later. There's some big ideas.
We'll talk about that. One thing I do want to mention, part of me leaving Sydney is that I've also left my role at Fordham Media, which is where the pod originally began, and it's where we recorded just about every episode. We recorded a couple, one from the Gold Coast, a few on the road, a few in the MCG. Was it two? Yeah, two in the MCG. So we've done some outside of those four walls, but shout out to Chad, CEO there. I enjoyed my 2 years there. But yeah, grateful to still be continuing it. And we've got plans. Obviously, we're going to unpack them now, but...
The pod goes on.
Episode 51
go on.
and beyond.
As they say in cricket, when you get to 50, start again. Start again, build to the 100. We raise the bat.
Man, but there you go.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I know you get
bit
the
of
50,
mentality,
yeah. Shout out Travis Head. Anyway. Shout out that.
Yeah, nice. Go the Ashes.
Ashes, cricket. We're not going to do that. Don't worry. So, show types was one topic that I wanted to discuss. We've obviously got this, which I would like to, you call it the main show, just never run alone. But there's so much we can do in the past.
And want to do.
We've done builders, which was the idea of like people who run their life in a various, other way, whether it's building a company, building a family, doing whatever. We had Joe Greer on, great photographer, great runner out of the US. We had Laura Henshaw, co-founder of Kick.
Incredible entrepreneur.
Doing some brilliant stuff in Melbourne. Chris and I met her in New York. So more of that. I was actually messaging Andrew Storer today, who is the man behind
building long form content.
Building long form content. Clayton Young, Connor Mance. I think we want to do some stuff there. So I've made some notes, but for you boys, what are some thoughts of other shows we can do that are outside of just the weekly waffle that we do, the main Never Run Alone show.
Never Run Alone, weekly waffle.
Yeah,
I like it.
I mean, yeah, there's. I mean, we've had a lot of chats about. I think probably the biggest one is we're obviously all. When I say all, like all three of us, but also, a lot of the guests who've been on, Ella, Tilly, Belle, Sissy, Ash, all building to Boston. I think we want to try and get some sort of content, both video and podcast as well, just to sort of have a bit of a build into that and try and get people, obviously we'll talk about it on the main pod at times and give an update on what we're training for, because that's what we're running for and what we're doing. But I think having a bit more of a structured look into that and sort of keep up with the training for that,
where we can deep dive
exactly, and and probably will be hopefully interesting to follow a bunch of different people's journeys on that build. I'm sure we'll all have our own ups and downs through that, and then hopefully build to what will I'm sure will be an amazing day and race and event. So yeah, some content around that is probably the next build sort of content. Obviously that has like a expiry date in the sense that there's a race that we work towards and that's it, done.
But I also think it could still be very good from the point of view of like when people ask us about what it was like, we've got maybe half a dozen episodes that go a bit deeper.
Totally.
Yeah, and sort of probably have a bit less expiry date on them, in the sense that you could just be like, go back and listen to that, and it doesn't matter when it is. You could kind of dive back in and listen to the build of that. I think that'd be cool, as we all, we're not all going to run the same race all the time, but that is one where we're all targeting it. I think that makes sense to, have some sort of story, and it'd be cool just to look back on, and hopefully we can get that going for Boston, given we're 20 weeks out.
20 weeks, is it?
20 weeks. I know. It sneaks up.
Jeez, that's
not long before you're like 16-week block.
Crap.
Sure it is, because what's today? The 27th, and it's on the 20th of April.
Yeah. Scary stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
20 weeks. So yeah, I think Boston's probably the biggest one.
I mean, one thing just on that is like, again, and with any of this, we want people listening to give feedback. So if there's anything specific you want to know about that, whether it's updates on what we think of the course, or getting, people who've run it in the past in the build up, like what is going to be informative, because I think that then leads only naturally to, if two of us run a different marathon in future, what we can then do for that. And I guess maybe before we go on, and not to cut you off, Chris, if you obviously want to talk to Boston, but it's like, I think big part of why I want to do this pod, and I not speaking on your behalves, but I think it's pretty similar, is that we love the sport of running and we want to bring more attention to it. Yes, it's a very individual sport in some senses, but it is a team sport, and
absolutely
more attention brings more money, more eyeballs, all of that stuff. It just raises it all for everyone. What's the saying?
Rising tide lifts all boats.
Got me there.
Right. That is Cam loves saying that. Yeah. So that's ultimately what we want to do. So whilst you're saying, well, 8 of us are running Boston next year, a bunch of us will be running Sydney, and then there'll be more people. So like, we want to continue to do that. It's not like, we're going to do it for 6 months or 12 months. Hopefully we can do this for a long time, long game.
So I think probably just, given we've talked about one show, if there's anything, I know some people have reached out to us individually or through to the pod on Instagram or whatever. If you have an idea about something you want to see, or something that you think would be a cool segment, or something that you were interested in hearing us talk about, chuck it our way, and we're pretty open to doing whatever. Obviously, we've got our sort of main show format, how we like doing it, and I think that's getting good sort of responses. But I think there's definitely room to add bits and pieces and tailor things, and whatever people want. That's why we do it. So give us your feedback is probably the biggest thing. But I think that's the biggest one.
Yeah, no, I like it. I think, like, what am I saying? I've lost completely.
He's gone. He's shuttered.
It's good. What are your Boston thoughts? What are your Boston thoughts in terms of like content? What do you?
I think like having like all 4 of us or 3 of us on the main show and then the wider like Boston crew, Sissy, Ash, Tilly,
Teletubby.
Bell,
Tilly Bell.
Ella.
Scrambling.
Wow, brain has gone to mush.
It is hot in here, to be fair. We've got no
Also
window
that.
open and the fan is off.
Also
Yeah.
that.
It's a hot day in Sydney.
It's the heat training. I've been training for this moment my whole life.
Sauna.
Yeah,
Bye.
yeah, ready for the sauna.
We like across our individual channels, there will be like the weekly build stuff, and so it'll be nice to have like a monthly, fortnightly, whatever it is, check-in where we all, if it's a 8-person Zoom call or whatever, just chat for half an hour on where are we all at,
What are we excited for?
how are you doing, what are you excited for, what's hurting.
That's a good point. What do you think?
Have you booked your accommodation yet?
What do you think the cadence should be of that? Do you think it's fortnightly? Do you think it's monthly? Because we're 20 weeks away. That's only
Four
5
episodes.
It's 4 eps, and then maybe like ideally we want to do a couple when we're in Boston.
Yeah.
Like
I'd say it's
maybe-
probably fortnightly.
maybe- yeah.
Every 2-3 weeks would be the
Fortnightly from January, I reckon.
And most likely it's going to be on the internet. So
Yeah.
it's
Yes.
going to be, 3 to 4 people? I don't know if
At
all
least.
8 of us is a great way of going about it, but maybe.
No, we'll make it work.
Yeah.
But I think
have a rotation going
Keen to
through.
hear what people think.
Yeah.
exactly. So anyway, that's the Boston build. I think is the main
Yeah.
thing. Obviously, the main show is going forward, and then you want to talk about some other potential things that we've got in the works.
Yeah, I mean,
Before you go into that, can I make a production call just really quickly?
oh, absolutely.
Obviously, the sun is no longer coming through that window.
Yeah.
Can we whack some lights on?
Yeah, you should do that. Great
Yeah.
shout.
Pause the
Pause.
pod.
Do you want to sing a song, Cam? 23 minutes.
Dun, 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 dun,
Great shout.
dun, dun, dun,
Hopefully I'll edit this out.
dun, dun, dun.
But I might not. I might just leave it in. You might see the full behind the scenes.
It's the middle one.
The one you haven't pressed yet.
That's
still rolling?
Nice. Bit of elevator music.
Wow, just realised my button.
And we're back.
Button of this shirt
Bottom one's undone too.
pops out. Wow, he's getting it
Get the
all.
gut out.
Getting it all.
No sucking in there.
I've had 2 kombuchas too.
Yeah.
It's- The gut is really gutting.
Yeah, respect.
Healthy.
All right, we're back.
Great production shout. Speaking of production, a couple of weeks ago you bought Trying
Yeah.
and you talked about photography.
Yeah.
So I mentioned him before. Andrew Storer is someone that I just followed on Instagram earlier this year. Gave me the follow back. Very kind of him. And then a couple of DMs. We're trying to get him, I think, on the pod at some point. And even today, just happened to message him after he put out some stuff around long form content and how he thinks it's very undervalued from brands.
Totally.
And, here we are doing
Yeah.
1 hour podcasts. We want to do more longer form, content around running. I think you'd be a great person to lead interviews with people like that, whether they're, here in Australia or around the
Totally.
world.
I think running is in a pretty cool space in that it's attracting a lot of incredibly creative people. I think a lot of graphic designers and videographers, photographers, fashion people are also runners. And I think it lends itself to some pretty cool discussions about why are you shooting the way that you're shooting? Why are you dressing the way that you're dressing while you're running? What are you comfortable in? All these like lines of thought. Where there are so many people doing it, there's so many different thoughts on it. And I think I've got a decent opinion on
You're definitely the coolest,
all of those things.
You're definitely the coolest bloke on the pod. So
Yeah, easily.
Not
nominate
necessarily.
thee.
Yeah.
Not necessarily
Daylight
a
second.
decent opinion, but I have an opinion.
None
on,
taken, mate.
You and me both, mate. It's fine.
I have an opinion across all of those things. And
Passion.
Passion.
Yeah. That's the most
And so,
important
yeah, I
thing.
think interviewing those kind of people would be amazing. So you mentioned Andrew Storer, Joe Greer, Carl Nard, all these people who are pretty incredible creatives have a lot to say in the space of running. So I think it would be cool to have I don't know, once a quarter those kind of episodes go live.
I think more, to be honest. I'm not saying pressure on it in terms of 1 a month, but that's only 4 in a year if it's once a quarter.
Yeah.
I think you can do more than that. And I think we've just named 3 there.
Totally.
Let's find 6 to 9 more. Try to do 1 a month. I don't know if it's possible, but I would love, again, people listening. If you go, there's this great creator in the running space, whether they're up and coming or whether they're well established, just give us a shout.
Even the Furious guys and stuff who have like a unique
Totally,
perspective on running. I
Totally.
think that sort of side is probably that sort of show would be more around running culture and running like a creative side of running culture in that way, rather than like, news day to day, like what's the hottest story in running. It's more like
more a culture piece.
Yeah, exactly. And I think just getting unique perspectives on that and what people think, who are in that space and what they're sort of seeing as evolving trends and
Josh Lynott would be a great one.
Exactly.
I mean, I shared that video that he did with Ben Clement of Good Sport. Yes, I haven't yet to listen to that episode, but I'm sure like that clip itself was brilliant. So I'm sure the whole conversation would have a bunch of gems.
Yeah, even like Matt Willick sort of like
Matt Willick's
exactly. So there's a lot of stuff that you don't have to necessarily get people from overseas. There's a bunch of great creatives in our backyard, I think, as well. So that's probably part of it. So yes, great one.
Talking about, I guess, our backyard, I think potentially doing them with different run clubs. Like we all met at Unofficial, but there's some great run clubs around the country.
Totally.
And I don't know exactly how it looks because let's be real, there's been some run club beef over the journey, whether we want to...
Of course there is.
I don't think we want to go into all the details of that, but it's just funny, right? Like...
Totally.
It's just like classic human nature.
Yeah, it's human nature. Red team, blue team. I'm putting this team, your team, putting that team. For some reason,
fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. literally. I remember seeing like a study about it, and it's just like, people, you just put them in two people in completely arbitrary teams with no regard for, choosing it, and like they'll just grow a disdain for the other team, an affection,
without context
an
as well,
like, for their team. Like it's human nature. But anyway, it could be an interesting thing to try and see.
Like one concept that I have for this is like, imagine getting like, use the word founder or leader or whatever, but like 3 different run club representatives on at once. And
meaning the 5 families, like Godfather. And we quash the beef. And
I don't know.
We agree to carve up Sydney into you have this region and you have this.
We won't run where you are.
Yeah.
I think it's like, jokes aside, it's like the whole point of the pod to elevate running, to bring it more for the people, to bring an understanding of what running can do for your mind, for your body, all of that. If you get 3 different perspectives of why they started a run club, hopefully it can spark conversation. It can get a friend. So if we have someone from Unofficial on with someone from Sydney Run Club, someone from Coogee Run Club, it's then great. 3 different perspectives. Sure, maybe 60% of it's similar, but then that extra 40%, 20%, totally. Whatever it ends up being, sparks someone from that other run club sending it to a friend who's never come down, and so on and so on. It goes. Yeah. So that could be something. It could be a completely shit idea. Yeah. I don't know.
You tell me.
You decide.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. We're just spitting out shit ideas. You vote.
We'll see what sticks. Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Throwing it all at the wall.
We're in sync at least.
Do you want to talk about that third one? Run it back.
Yeah, I think this could be something
I like unanimously like this idea.
Yeah. And like we're just literally sharing all of this. Someone could just steal this, but I don't really care. Yeah. I think I'm not going to pump my own tires too much, but so many ideas that could be great.
Yeah.
And just not enough time to execute them all. Yeah. But hopefully we get around to this one. And if we don't.
And some that could be terrible, but we won't know until we do them.
You talk about it.
Yeah, I think this is something that we could probably do in terms of some short to medium to length content. I think you and I both especially get very in the detail of, on this day, or like historical sporting niche sports stats. Yeah, historical events. I think I often like reminiscing or looking at what happened in this time. Trying to not be caught in the moment of what's going on right now, and trying to have some understanding to broaden your context of
how did we get here.
Exactly. I think you look at, like we talk about Andy Buchanan, for example. He's the Oz Marathon record holder at the moment. It's like, okay, well, like who came before him and what was their situation?
Yeah.
And people who might be in the running space now, maybe they've heard of Andy, obviously, because he's in the public eye, in the sense that he's the current holder and he's people are going to see him somewhere. But are people going to know who like Rob De Castella was, who arguably at the time he was a world record holder. So like, there's levels to it, and even like Steve Monaghetti, very famous name in running in Australia, but maybe not as well known for your hobby runner who's doing whatever. So I think having some sort of background story, a bit of a deep dive on a key event, like Kathy Freeman's 400, for example, as like a big moment in Australian running history and running Australian sport in general. You know, having a bit of a storytelling, like story pod sort of vibe, but not like an hour long. More sort of your 15 to 20 minute.
I thought you were going to say about 3 hours long there.
Yeah.
It's like a hardcore history.
Yeah, it's going to be 6
episode.
1 hour episodes.
Just 1 6 hour episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Just lock in for this.
No, that would be good.
That's Chris's screen time doubled.
Yeah,
yes, you're wondering.
Yeah, that's going to be. Yeah, that's like clocking in for a day at work and just ripping a pod and then clocking out. Yeah, perfect. All
That's
right.
a big day.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of talking. Anyway, I think that's one sort of that could possibly be in like short form clips, YouTube, sort of 15 to 20 minutes with some supportive visuals and things like that. But I think that is definitely something we've thought about. There's a lot of great iconic sporting moments even in the last couple of years, but going back in history that probably worth revisiting. I know the beauty of and sort of downfall of things like Instagram is that you see things like that are cool like that and you sort of take them in and then they churn them straight out. It's kind of on the Andrew Storer point around long form content. I think once you break that next level of a bit more deliberate time and effort content, you sort of, I think you enter a new realm of engagement and depth of storytelling. So I think realistically, we want to try and do something along that lines in running, and whether it's recapping things in the last 12 months or things in the last 30 years that are relevant.
You bring up Rob de Castella. I don't know if many people would have heard of him, but he won the Boston Marathon in 1986.
Yeah.
In 5 months' time, in 20 weeks' time, that's 40 years ago.
Yeah, in 20 weeks' time, Rin's going to win the Boston Marathon.
Shout out Rob.
Yeah.
Met him on the plane on the way to New York. Shout out Ella.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly right. So I think there's that realm, and try and talk about, just tell a story about something and try and have someone come away from that in sort of 10 to 20 minutes and be like, oh, wow, here's a piece of information about running or story or an athlete that I didn't know that is interesting, and try and, give a bit of some in-depth stats and, story and little tidbits and things like that. I think that we want to try and, just tell a story and have a different element to the podcast, something where you might be like, oh, it's easily digestible, but it's a bit more than just, here's 3 things that happen and move on. So finding that middle ground. And if that's interesting, send us, ideally people would send in, here's something I want to hear about, or here's a great story or whatever, and we can go and deep dive it.
Like Tempo recently did like a 20 slide carousel on Eliud Kipchoge and like what made him the GOAT of marathon running.
Exactly.
And I doubt many people would have known that, he not a failed shorter distance runner by any means, but like wasn't the prodigious runner in the marathon distance in those shorter distances, right?
Yeah.
But that's what got him there. And this is, talk about it all the time, but it's like running being an analogy of life, in comparison of that. He had to find a few ways or maneuver through things, just like I'm talking there, to get to where he's at. Right. So I think that stuff like that would be great. And there's so many Australian stories that we could start with. But then how many more stories?
Yeah, I just think there's, as more people get in, like there's definitely a desire for people getting into running, I think, to maybe invest in it. And again, like any sport, the more you're invested in the people and the story behind them and the context, the more you're willing to continue to engage with them and their content and their story. So like, if you're talking about the Olympics, for example, if you've been following someone's Olympic build and then you get to the Olympics and you're watching, like you're going to be locked in on TV to watch them race. Like we talked about watching Clayton Young do the Tokyo World Champs marathon and him falling. Like if I was just watching that, I would have been like, oh, yeah, like, and didn't know it. I'd be
Look
like,
at that idiot falling over.
Yeah. But I was like watching that, we were like, oh my God. Yeah, literally, we're like, oh, how's he going to bounce back from that? I can't wait to watch the vlog on that. Like it's that sort of stuff where
I can't wait to see how many long form pieces are going to come pre LA.
Bro,
it's going to be massive.
And then you got Brisbane 2032 Olympics.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be
massive.
Yeah, exactly. And again, it doesn't always have to be elite, top level athletes doing that. I think there's a mixture between that. But anyway, I think that's a podcast or an idea that we're sort of interested to discuss.
I think I might have said the name there, but I don't think you said it. And it's fine if you want to
No, we can. You can say the name.
No, fuck it.
It might not be the name when we get there.
We'll just throw it out. Nice.
Yeah, so I think that's probably, for me, that's the one I'm interested in doing with a bit more content. We need to be able to put some content together and spend some proper time on it. But yeah. I think it'll be good.
That'll be fun. First one in the calendar. We'll have to get that going for.
Yeah, start the prep now.
Yeah, start the prep.
The girls.
We want to do a girls pod. I mean,
saying from three guys on a couch in a share house with three guys in it. But yes, a girls pod.
I mean, we all run with incredible women. Sissy, Ash, Belle, Tilly, Ella,
just
who have all been on the pod.
Lydia O'Donnell.
Megan Chappell.
We've
had Laura.
We've been lucky to have Grace. We've been really lucky to have some, honestly, like
top tier guests.
The average maritime of those women would be insane compared to, most of the blokes we've had on.
Probably better.
Yeah,
definitely better.
Exactly. So I just think that
shout out to all the mid bloke. No.
Yeah. Cut that. I think we we just want to try and obviously, I mean, we can talk about trying to have Ella on the pod, given it was sort of starting with her as well. Timing hasn't worked as much. I know she'll be listening to this podcast, so straight into her.
Girl's busy.
Her she's busy, but just having all those girls on, I think is a big part of it, and trying to. I think we've obviously had some great podcasts and great feedback from the people like Lydia, like Grace, like Megan, and getting their stories across. That I think there's definitely an appetite and probably a gap out there for like a really well done, and we're probably biased that we like.
There's similar to this like main pod episode there, or like an episode, the weekly episodes we do. We kind of hit that like everyday runner really well, and I think in the female space, there's some really great elite level pods, but again that like everyday runner to the like kind of high level amateur, there's a massive gap there, and I think like all those girls that we rattled off are great runners and have a lot to say.
Bordering like sub elite runners,
super relatable. Like they all have full time jobs. No one's full time running.
Arguably better yappers than runners as well, which could make for great content.
True. They're dangerously good yappers. Yeah, but to be honest, they're doing a pod every long run, so it's that's sort of part of it. But I think like I said, getting that perspective and giving them an opportunity to tell their own story consistently is a big part of that, and we obviously want to support that, and they're definitely going to be on this pod as well. But having the opportunity for them to tell their story and give a perspective on female running that obviously we can't
without a male voice on those episodes, just like girls.
Yeah, I mean, and like we might jump on at times, totally. Like whatever, they might get other people on in their own way, but I think it'll be from a different sort of perspective on how they go about it and what their challenges that they're facing, and just sort of dive into a bit more. So we're keen to support that and get around them and try and make that happen. So try and get the girls listeners across the line.
Love it. Yeah. And obviously we had a lot of good feedback at the time. I think, was it last month, October, maybe start of November, where we sort of did back to back, or maybe even a few more episodes, 3 or 4 in a row, where there was a bit more focus on female content. But so we've sort of got that context. We want to do more of it. But again, if there's any thoughts, feedback, particular people that we should have on particular topics, please let us know.
Any women in running that you follow, that you like, that you think it'd be interesting to have their perspective in this sort of context. I feel like that's probably part of it, and this is self-reflection on our own pod as well, is that a lot of the people who we've had come on, it's quite a just vibe chat, talk about some random stuff, get your running journey, and then just your thoughts on some general running content and how you're traveling in your own thing. It's less. I feel like there's probably a lot of people who go on and there's like a set sort of structure of like how they're expecting to be asked questions and what story they're going to have to tell again and again and again. Whereas I like to think we can get a bit more personal and maybe ask them some stuff that they haven't been asked before and get off the back of that down some tangents that they probably haven't gone.
Love a tangent.
Yeah, you do love a tangent. Always run the tangents. But I think that's probably why we want to do it. And as I said, if you are a female out there and you got any people that you want us to interview or try and get on the pod, who are good,
Holla.
bad, solid, mediocre runners. Anyone who runs, get us on. We'll have a chat.
Love it.
I think that's the goal.
You about to say something there, Chris?
I'm not. I'm just having a look at the agenda.
His brain's melting
I'm
again.
saying.
The next stop
He
point
stepped into my house sauna and he's not ready.
Next point I had on the agenda was, do we do a Sydney in-person pod weekly, and do we potentially do a Melbourne in-person pod weekly? Now, I've been able to produce the pod here in Sydney for the past however long. I should be able to continue that in Melbourne. Potentially have a short list of names, some people that we've had on the pod down there that live, well, people that we've had on the pod up here that live down there. You know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, don't know what you two in the room, but also the listeners think about that. Is that too much? Because I like the main show, but then I also think the element of it being in person is going to be challenging.
There's a dynamic in person that cannot be replaced by a Zoom call.
Shout out 2020.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
You jerk.
Yeah.
So I think definitely trying to be as in person as possible is a good idea. I think like having 2 main pods a week might be a bit much. Maybe when we are dominating the sports space.
What do you mean? Are we not already?
Sure.
We've got 1 million people listening. Could we call the Melbourne show the Melbourne Shuffle or something? And
Wow.
And it's just a video of you doing a
I
shuffle.
can shuffle, bro.
I would believe that. Do you have shuffle pants too?
Stereosonic.
Oh, there's somewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably my
A
mum's
string of tea.
attic or something.
Stereosonic 2012.
I did go to Stereosonic.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
2010, I think
2010.
it
There
was.
you go. OG.
OG.
Yeah, wrote it up and all. Yeah, I think it's an option. Realistically, I think our goal in the first sense is just to keep the rhythm of it going.
Rolling, yeah.
And look, there's going to be teething issues in certain stuff. I think last week the flow was better, but again, my personal thoughts from listening back was that the audio could be better, and I think we will be better with better mics and better setup and a better, system. But we don't want to have many weeks of it being mediocre because we want to put out quality stuff.
Why will people keep coming back and listen?
Yeah, exactly. If you're sitting there going like, oh, this is frustrating to listen to, then it's not really, you're not going to come back.
I think on reflection on last week's Zoom, whatever it was, Riverside, the flow was pretty good. It wasn't as stop-starty as work.
Yeah.
So, Zoom calls are.
Yeah.
No, you go. No, you.
Yeah.
There wasn't any of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Which was good. And so I think if we nailed that piece, now we'll nail the audio piece, and then we'll be good.
Yeah, exactly. So we're keen to invest in making things better and sort of raising the standard of it. And if there's weeks where we're not going up here, and you do a Melbourne pod with guests down in Melbourne,
Makes
that's
sense.
fine. Or if you're away and we do one in Sydney, there's going to be plenty of options for that. So yeah, realistically, we'll endeavour to keep the same crew.
The
I think
limit
that's
does not exist.
That's hopefully that's what people want to listen to. So that's the thing. I think give us your thoughts, any improvements on feedback stuff from the last couple of weeks, or bits and pieces you've noticed that you think could be better, or anything. We're happy to take all feedback. But
Yeah, especially if you're finding if we do continue with the online stuff for the next couple of months, which most likely we will.
Yeah.
But then if it's really think it was better in person, try to find a way of doing something semi-regularly in person, that would be great feedback. Obviously, we're not at that point yet, but we don't want to lose someone from listening just for that reason alone. I mean, we'll obviously lose people from listening due to all manner of circumstances, but we're open to feedback.
Chat.
finally watching the video and seeing our ugly faces and
I
going,
just did my bottom button up
Yeah,
because I
nice.
realised that wasn't
nice.
up. But yeah, we've got some, like I said, potential people in Melbourne to do it with. I'm maybe excited about that. We'll see. I've still got to find a house to live in.
Yeah,
I
fair.
won't
Yeah,
tell you
do
the
that
suburb.
first,
I
dude.
think
won't
pod
tell you the
first.
suburb.
I'm glad you've thought about the pod first.
Always.
Yeah, look, I think the biggest thing for us next year is wanting to, get more people on in the running space in general, and just expand the main pod as well. I would talk about all this tangent stuff on the side and the bits and pieces, but we want the main show to be the
getting
best.
this to the point where we can do like live pods pre-marathons is the dream.
Yeah.
Where we can just go and chat pre-Gold Coast, pre-Sydney, pre-New York, get ourselves into the live space would be unreal.
Yeah,
we just want to build the group, everyone following.
Yeah.
We appreciate everyone who's listened. Like we were talking about the other day, who, you know, the amount of people that we have listening at the moment, like, is compared to where we were 6 months ago, is massive. And we're keen to see what you get in 6 months from here. And realistically, I think, we haven't really missed a week probably since we started in May. So I think consistency is the main thing, and trying to get people who regularly listen to the pod.
Like, share, subscribe.
You know,
tell your
just
mum.
like running, consistency is key.
Exactly right. So yeah, I know a lot of people message myself or Rin or whatever.
Everyone mainly messages Cam because he's the fastest.
Yeah, he is the fastest. He's the one we're backing to get us out of the slums.
Yeah.
Did you notice his face when I said Brisbane 2032 before?
Yeah, I'll be there spectating. But I just think
from the back of the marathon.
Yeah, last in the field.
Hey, you're still in the field, and that's all that matters.
I'll be bib impersonating. I'll just wear full Oz kit and just like run on the field.
Number
69, obviously.
I was just asking.
100. But yeah, I just think, you know, we want to keep building, get people involved, try and, you know, also provide something that isn't too niche for, you know, I think we're trying to walk the line of talking about running, talking about general stuff, being accessible. It's a tough line to walk sometimes, but we're keen to sort of give that, and then hopefully through these other potential avenues, tick a few of those boxes of people who want to go more in depth into running, people who are more creative and want to chat, you know, Chris's insight with other people in that space, or whatever, the girls inside on a girls pod. There's so many different ways we want to take this as we continue to grow and just get more eyes on it and build a community of people who like listening to it and engaging with it. I think that's the most fun. So yeah, for us, getting one Instagram message of someone saying, "Hey, I love the pod," and I just started randomly listening to it, is like, that's a shot of dopamine. Just someone just being like, "Love the pod," like, that's it. You know, I love that, because that's just like connecting someone with someone random. Like, we had it when we were in Melbourne, right, for the Mel Mara, Kirsty.
Yeah, Kirsty too good.
And
lots of questions.
And then just coming up to us when we were there and just like crazy, but love it.
Yeah,
so
your face was so.
I was just like,
were you a million beers deep at that point?
No, it was in the morning.
It was the morning.
Saturday morning.
Yes,
before the race, like the day before.
Friday, 2 days before the race. Yeah. We were just at the went to Lydia's shakeout.
Awesome.
Yeah, so it was mainly for Femi and for the girls.
I'm wondering if it's Christy or Kirsty now. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because you're Chris and your wife's Kirsty.
Anyway. Who knows?
Anyway.
One of the two. Shout out to her.
Yeah, exactly.
Hopefully
it might be. I think it's Christy.
Yeah, Christy.
But anyway, so that sort of stuff's awesome. So yeah, we're just going to keep building. But anyway, that's probably, I don't know if we've got anything else about
on that pod. Like, I am a big believer that trying to do something for everyone is a sure way you'll do something
for no one.
For no one, right?
So totally.
In all that we've spoken about there, and you know, you've touched on it, is like, yes, whilst we are trying to do a few different types of shows to cater to people, we want to do them really well. But I think the main show is the important thing, and I think if that starts to suffer because of these other things and we lose focus, then naturally we want that feedback. But I think we'll know. We'd like to think, I certainly like to think we're smart enough to
listen to the
self-reflect.
pod.
You listen to the pod all the time. You just love the sound of your own voice. I've heard mine enough over the years in doing this sort of thing.
Hey, sometimes you just got to go back and review your own work and improve, and still haven't. But we're
This is why you're the fastest.
No, just trying to get better.
Yeah, he actually looks back at his sessions and goes, "Oh, I could have done that."
You got to review the game tape.
But I think doing too much, like I said, is not the way to go. But again, in all of this, I think if we're in 6 months' time and we've done a Boston build and we've done, essentially all that we've talked about, or we've done 80% of what we talked about, but it now has no personality, or it's lost whatever we've got, because it feels like it's building in a good direction. Again, would love that feedback. If anyone who's currently listening is still listening,
if anyone's made it this far,
tell us if our heads are getting too big and we're way too full of ourselves.
We are 51 minutes in, at least to this recording. Who knows what we publish? 51 eps.
Whoa.
I think we'll probably be at like minute 45 by the time this comes out.
We'll cut some stuff.
Edit those lights out.
Yeah, the lights and whatever.
Turn those lights on.
And I pressed it before.
Turn all the lights on.
You're really getting behind the scenes look at this now. Well, the last dot point I had on this was like, do we want to share other parts? Because one thing we don't really talk about is like trail running,
Schmucks.
ultras, schmucks, just immediate, no delay.
No, I think we will. I think we will. There's
Definitely.
I think we will, but like I think maybe why we haven't is because we're not
in that space. Yeah.
So why would we talk about it?
Yeah, I think. I mean, I'd be interested to get some like proper like ultra guys on. Like, I'd love to pick Phil Gore's brain and understand how he goes about how things work. There's got to be some crazy stuff going on in there. But I think that there's definitely some people in those spaces like ultra running, trail running, that'd be really interesting to get their perspective. But like you said, you know, I'm not.
I say schmucks, but I have the utmost respect for those guys.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how they
It's
do it.
insane.
I was actually talking with someone at work today. He was like, who I hadn't seen in like probably 2 months or something, and he was like, "Oh, like we're catching up." He's like, "Oh, I got someone for you." Like, "Oh, one of my mates is like going to do like 100K like trail run this weekend." I was like, "Oh yeah, Kosciuszko."
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. And he's just like telling me about it, and I was just like, "Why are you doing this?" Like, he's not a runner at all, and he's just like, "Why are you doing it?" I'm like, "Yeah, just that's people's vibe." He's
I
like,
don't get it, man.
He's like, "Do you think you do one of them?" I'm like, "Oh, maybe one day, but not really for now. Like, I think while I can go on the roads, I'll try and do that. But yeah, I won't rule it out." He's like, "Yeah, right. Do you reckon you could go do one right now?" I was like, "I don't know, maybe, but I definitely have no intent to do one for a while." But it's just like a whole different world for people to even contemplate. Like, he was like, "Yeah, you're saying he's going to start at like midnight and then finish at like, you know, mid-afternoon?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's how it kind of goes." But yeah, that sort of world we don't really have that much insight on because we're not doing it. But there's definitely bits of it that we talk about, you know, backyard and other things that are interesting to us.
I mean, yeah, we've talked about them when they've popped up, but haven't dived deep. But I think, yeah, it wouldn't be something I'd be opposed to.
No, absolutely
Again,
not.
it's like, let's do it well if we're going to do it.
Totally.
Exactly right.
Totally.
So, anyway, that's the
We've
pods.
done this well. That's some ideas. If there's any other show types that we haven't done, if you've got a great idea,
Start a podcast.
Yeah, start a pod.
Or tell us. Either
Or
or.
tell us.
Yeah.
Schmucks.
Yeah,
That's us, by the way.
yeah, exactly right. If you have a really good idea, we'll get you on to do the idea.
Yeah, we'll get you on.
But love it.
Next, what should we talk about? We've
was
got an
gonna say,
Australian athletics update.
No, I think we're just talking Valencia's in a couple of weeks. That's probably the biggest one on the go.
This is the biggest. We
I'm
talked
looking
about it
forward
last week.
Yeah, I just think it's, you know, get excited for, like, I'd be interested to see how close the Australian
Aussie
records
field.
go,
Yeah.
and probably the strongest Oz elite field since Sydney Mara. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that.
You just
that
said
goes.
definitely the strongest women's field we've had in a while.
It'd be, yeah, probably. I mean, Stenson and Pomp both ran, not Pomp. Oh yeah, Pomp ran Sydney with Stenson, and then there was Waitman also ran that. So yeah, close. I'd say since Sydney. Like but again, you know,
Strong field.
that was the Oz Championship, so that and they threw some cash behind it. Exactly. So I think Valencia coming up in a few weeks is going to be really interesting. I know a lot of like local sort of track stuff's getting back into their work, so yeah, I think that's going to be exciting. But
That's next weekend. That's the 7th of December.
Whoa,
It's like 9 days out.
whoa, fun.
Okay.
That's going to be sick.
10 days, yeah.
Yeah,
that'll be big.
so-
and that's a 6:15 p.m. kickoff. Sunday
Perfect.
night.
What a dream.
Sunday
Cook
evening.
your roast,
Yep.
settle down in front of the television,
Yeah, watch some long run.
chuck it on.
Yeah, exactly right. But I think that's it. And then, to be honest, we can probably talk about us all getting back into our. Now
Back
that we've
into
waffled
training,
enough
mate.
general.
Yeah.
Enough general chat.
Yeah. Give people reward them for listening to this while we actually get to talk about our own running.
Ella went to the gym last week. Shout out
did.
to her.
She did.
Or
Shout
was it
out
this
Ella.
week? Oh, it was last week.
It was last week.
She
We
might
said
not
we
have
wouldn't
gone
talk
this
to her
week.
if she didn't. So
She asked us not to talk to her.
this is true.
She
We
said
all
happily.
said, "Oh, okay."
Happily.
Yeah. Finally.
Only on the pod, which you won't come onto. But yeah, she's
she
back
did
in the gym.
gym.
Yeah, I'm
Go, girl.
personally back in the gym.
I never left the gym,
Well, you know,
Couldn't tell, but nice
yeah,
one.
mate.
skinniest bloke in here.
Get off it. I deadlifted 100 kilos this morning.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
I hip thrusted that this
It's more than
morning.
me. Did you?
Yeah.
Nice.
4 times. Like the 4x8. That's my
Bite my tongue.
Yeah.
girlfriend's long distance, boys.
Yeah. Respect.
I was gonna make a mum joke, but whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, we won't go there. But
I mean,
no,
if people have listened this far, they get it. They get to deserve a mum joke.
yeah. But no, I'm back in the gym, back sort of like in a solid training block, building to January to try and get ready to build for Boston. I think priority one is just getting the body right and strong. Got a couple bits and pieces.
You see Izzy today?
It's tomorrow. I actually thought it was today, but it was tomorrow.
Did you cry?
Yeah, I was upset. No, there's a couple bits I need to work through, but had a really good gym session last night. Actually, just might be joining a new gym, which is exciting.
Go on.
Which might facilitate me getting a little bit of my Pilates princess era in.
Okay, go on.
So I'm
Where
looking
you
for one playground.
Free agent.
No, I'm going one playground. My girlfriend has convinced me to join one playground.
Wow.
If only to go with her. She's training for Sydney next year, so I'm going to make her do some leg strength work. She did it with me yesterday. Did the Matty Abel session with me.
I was going to say hip thrust there for a second.
No, we did deadlifts, man.
They're good.
Yeah, no, we did that, which was great. And then, yeah, starting to get back into...
He's done well.
He's a child.
Fucking hell.
He's a child.
I'm a child.
No,
I'm the oldest guy in the room. I was going to say, he's the child.
Yeah.
And he's got two of them.
Exactly. It's a funny world we live in, isn't it? Yeah. But no, I know this week we did obviously a big squad run on Sunday, which was, it was great. Had probably most of the Boston crew.
Everyone bar you, Chris.
Everyone
bar you. Subbed in for James. A great sub. But yeah, it was
didn't qualify.
Good. Brutal. Fucking brutal. Has a bit of time out running and he's starting to chop him down.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, we had that back in, and then I'm back into, probably 80 to 90k weeks for the foreseeable future.
Huge.
Got an
it's a
hour
nice
50
base to work from.
An hour 50. Yeah, I know, which might sound like a lot for a lot of people, but considering we were doing 140 to 150 at our peak, 90 is relatively cruisy. An hour 50 long run on Saturday.
I'm going to join you for half-a.
Yeah, so I guess that passes to you beautifully. You're
Yeah.
back.
I'm back.
Return of the
Uninterrupted
king.
running. Here we go.
Yeah, wow. I'll interrupt you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I was interrupted.
Yeah.
This is on Wednesday, right?
On Wednesday, first run back, or first uninterrupted run back, 20 minutes on the trot.
It's impressive to watch.
It was lovely. It was really nice. Although my heart rate has got a long way to go. I learnt that threshold heart rate is not threshold pace anymore. Damn. Which is devastating.
Damn.
So I was hitting high 160s, 170s, running a nice little 5-minute pace, which was good.
Brutal.
Did it feel tough?
No, not really.
Because yes, we go on heart rate, but at the same time,
It didn't feel
heart
tough.
rate can be.
It was hot that morning too. I was
hot.
Yeah, I was peaking.
Lids off.
Yeah. That's saying I did 14 times one on, one off, and within 3 reps, I was like, oh, this is gonna be unsustainable. I went for I ran on Tuesday, and it was 30 degrees at 7 o'clock, and I was like, this is pretty unbearable, and just gave me getting flashes to what it's gonna be like running a long run in January or doing a marathon session in January, and it's just gonna be 30 degrees. Literally
by 8 a.m.
Gonna have to have 4 liters of water, an insane amount of electrolytes just purely to get through the run, let alone be peaking.
Yep.
So yeah, hopefully we'll be
all things to look forward to.
Exactly right. So you're back.
I'm back.
That's the biggest thing.
That's the biggest thing.
You want to give it an extra 4
Body's
weeks?
feeling good. I'm gonna I'll start intensity won't ramp up for another 2 weeks, I think. And then I think come mid-December I'll be able to get back to some speed sessions. And then ideally I think I've worked out to be a 14-week block from the middle of Jan.
Yeah. Love it.
To really give myself some solid time to get right for Boston.
Sick.
So we're back.
What's the target for Boston?
2:30 is the target.
It is.
Whoa. What a comeback that would be.
The target.
I love it.
It would be big.
That would be
fucking
huge.
Fuck.
Holy shit. 18-minute PB off of Stressy.
I think
Whoa!
In Boston.
Whoa!
Average 3:33 pace.
Whoa.
I
That's
was
sick.
Pre-injury, I was sitting at 2:37
Project
range.
Yeah.
So I think
independently sourced by yourself. I would have put you at that.
Cam
range.
said that.
Yeah. He's taking it all the way to the bank. You're
Ideally
basically around a
with
237.
I was there.
Fucking hell.
I'm a 237 guy.
Yeah. Asterisk.
So yeah, to chop down a bit of time off that, I think I've put on weight. I'm stronger than I was pre-Sydney.
You'll lean back out once you start.
No, totally. I'm going to lean back
well.
out. I will hopefully keep the strength side, but I will. Yeah, I just want to be quicker.
Yeah, so. Sick.
We'll give it a red hot crack.
Yeah. Very exciting.
A red hot crack.
What about you, Ernest? You've been in a pretty solid little block for the last 4 weeks, I think.
Yeah, it's funny. People have been asking me because I've been leaving Sydney. They're like, "Oh, you like just taking it easy on the running?" I'm just like, "Well, everything's on my Strava."
You've been about as structured as you've been.
Yeah, I think I have too.
Yeah.
Past few weeks, I was a bit unwell. I think I spoke
Share
about
your aura,
it a few
man.
weeks ago. Share that aura. Probably need to post more stories.
You see that the Stravas just go to public, like don't hide them from the start. You know.
No, fuck.
I feel like you never they're never out as soon as
Yeah,
you finish
you
a run.
Definitely not. Yeah.
Dark horse operator, man.
But they're always up. I mean,
Yeah.
if you go on the profile,
Miss the algorithm.
you'll see it. But no, did the 5K last week. I don't think I spoke about that because that was on Saturday, wasn't it? It's all a blur. But ran an 18:10, which felt slow and hard. But that's a 3:38 average pace for
Mara
context
pace,
listening.
baby.
So yeah, that's a bit slower than
times 8.
slower than what we want for the Mara, which is the 3:33, and a good minute 35 off my PB, which was, as Test Marks pointed out, not legal, running around Gore Hill.
Yeah.
And I did this one around Gore Hill on the outside.
Not legal.
12:30. She just.
Why'd
Yeah,
she say
GPS, not not a race.
I stopped at the 5K on the watch, but yeah, not a race, not a
Oh,
park
wow.
run
It's
or
true.
anything. But yeah, in the gym. Was in the gym this morning. Have had a big day today, and was in the gym just after 5. Was in the gym Monday night at like 6:30, which is horrible.
You're a sicko. Peak
So
hour
did
for
I go.
numpties.
Been running hills.
That's what I get.
Been the 5x4 that I did yesterday was a nice little negative split. And then we'll have a session this weekend, which like I look at the paces and they read easily. Like I think I've
What's
got
the session?
like it's a little. Let me pull it up. It'll be easy.
I'm not even hitting any sessions yet.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm barely even hitting any sessions. I did like a steady
Build that base
ish
back,
run
baby.
on Tuesday, and that felt hard in terms of.
Well, this is a progressive run. He's got me 20 minutes at zone 2, so basically the warm up, then 15 at zone 3, 15 at zone 4. But the pacing, like he's got zone 3, 4:15 to 4:33.
Yep.
I reckon I'll
That's right.
below that, probably quicker. And then the zone 4 is 4:02 to 4:13 paced. And I reckon I'll probably run it sub 4.
Yeah.
So like that's obviously the guide, and then 10 minutes back at zone 2. So, and then just like your standard longie over the weekend. But then I don't know, the following weekend, if anyone cares, probably not, 40 minutes at zone 3. So that's getting there.
That's basically what I did on Tuesday.
Pretty
Yeah.
good.
It's building. But then I've got another 5K on the 27th of December, and at
After
the
some
start
Christmas pud, baby.
at the start of that block, I will have about 25 Ferrero Rochers and half a Pavlova.
Respect.
So
Carb
Yeah.
carb loading.
on top of all the actual
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know if
he wanted
I'm-
me to get down to a 15:30 to 15:45, which feels like a world away.
Yeah.
But I reckon like
You
he
got what, 5 weeks?
I should get into the 17s
Yeah.
if I have a good. But the thing is, I'm moving.
It's also gonna be hot.
And I'm doing a
Yeah,
lot.
true.
It's also going to be hot. So I've got to hit those sessions. I probably won't have access to a gym like I do currently. So there's some excuses already there. There's some caveats.
It's Swan Hill Gym, mate.
I
You'll
should
find
be able
it.
to get into the 17s.
Lift some cows, dude.
Don't think I'll be getting into the 16s.
Sorry.
But
Don't rule yourself out.
there's still plenty of
You're a
time.
dog, dude.
15s feel...
You're a dog.
15s took me a long time to get to. That's that's.
Where are you? What's your 5K?
I think my 5K is in the first half of the Sydney 10. So it was like 15:15 or something. I haven't raced a 5K.
Respect.
I don't think I've raced a 5K in a long time. The last one would have been a park run at some point. So maybe my last goal that I haven't ticked this year was a sub 15 5K. I don't know if I've got that in me right now, but that would have been
Yeah, you've ticked all your goals.
nice to do. But anyway, I think that's probably something for next year. Save something.
Yeah.
Save it. So
Maybe
yeah,
14:30.
that's me. Body's niggle free. Which
That's
is
the
like
biggest
that.
thing.
That's all we
The
want.
Achilles were obviously yelling at me, Sydney, but yeah, feeling good.
It's the gym work. I just
It is the gym
It's
work.
the gym.
It's like crazy. Like even just me doing like 2 weeks of soul stuff, a lot of stuff just goes away.
But I think it's also like sleeping when you should be asleep. Like before we started recording, I was deleting some stuff off the iPhone that I'm filming on because we don't have a videographer behind. So got the iPhone filming, and I came across a video that was like long of just me doing like a time lapse or something, 2 a.m. in the morning at the office on the 16th of August, 2 weeks before Sydney Marathon. So no wonder I had an
Good
Achilles knee.
lord.
Yeah.
And I did some late nights that month. Like
Yeah,
that
you're
wasn't
a
the
dog.
only time I was in the office at 2 a.m. So Just go to sleep when you should be, fuel well, get in the gym, and try to hit your sessions as close as you can, and you'll probably improve. It's really just that simple.
Yep, stack them bricks.
Yeah, exactly right. I just think we're all sort of keen to get into a period now where you're just starting to build a base and then get ready to properly rip.
Chop down.
Yeah, I just think like the biggest thing about a big Mara block is that you want to be coming into it with a base, but also like healthy, because you're about to realistically put your body through serious stimulus, and hope that it adapts. But realistically, part of that is being resurgent and resilient. Throughout that process, and be able to bounce back is the biggest thing, because realistically recovery gets really hard, and if you haven't got the base to stack those bricks, it gets difficult. So yeah, we're all excited.
Very excited.
So yeah,
buy sell.
Exciting stuff. Buy sell. Chris Fahrenkothen running the gaff as always.
Yep.
You want to go first, my man?
Yeah, man. I've had a sell for the last 4 days.
Wow.
Title your Strava runs. I'm selling morning run.
Wow.
Afternoon run. Lot of crap.
You know who's a big advocate of this? Andy Buchanan.
Yes. Come on.
What, just writing morning run?
Just calling it, giving it a name. Every single thing. No, changing the name. So what he's saying.
Yeah, I'm with you. I love just making a little Strava post and
give me something witty. Think about something. Think about
a name.
You've got the whole run. You've got the whole
run.
Literally got the
I
whole
often
run
do
to
think
think
about
about
making what meme I'm going to make this run.
I know.
Yeah. Special. Give me a Strava follow.
So yeah,
it's not worth it. But
I am selling morning run titling. Just get better.
Okay.
Give us a little. But I will let it slide for gym workouts. I don't really care about that. Do your morning workout, whatever. But morning, afternoon, evening run, be better, man.
Do you want to call them like 4x8 hip thrusts?
Yeah, dude.
Workout?
Yeah, I'm with it.
Yeah. I love it. There you go. Sold.
Right. I am buying. Pretty simple buy. I don't think we're gonna have any haters from it, but I'm buying the morning ocean swim.
Dude, yes.
Me and my girlfriend went for an ocean swim this morning. Man, it just gets your day started. I can see why. It seems like every time I do it, I'm like, yeah, this is why people live right near the beach, and why everyone loves the beaches and Bondi and everything like that. Because I've always been a little bit far away to like not make it. It's a difficult thing to fit in before work, but we've started trying to consciously be like, let's try and go at least once a week and plan a day where, if I'm staying at hers or she's staying at mine, we'll go for an ocean swim in the morning and grab a coffee. Win the morning, win the day, so energy, especially easier when the sun is up at 5:30 and
good caption for a Strava post.
Yeah, exactly right. Win the morning, win the day. Just an idea for anyone who needs a Strava post.
We make the 27th of November International Win the Morning, Win the Day Strava.
Okay, there you go.
For next year.
Done.
If anyone does that,
I feel like
tag us.
Make any day. Yeah,
we'll be fucking massive by then. If we're not already.
It's definitely not going to there. But no, the ocean swim and just a coffee and a chat and vibes. Did that and then was back out at work at a business park on Parramatta Road in Sydney in 34 degrees, and it was
grim.
Yeah, probably the dichotomy of Sydney. So anyway, it was great.
Yeah, nice. Well, I was going to buy Sydney beaches because I'm
Melbourne beaches
leaving here
suck.
soon. Melbourne beaches are great. They're not quite Sydney beaches. They're not great.
And then they're definitely not quite.
But I've got 1 week left. I was originally living close to Freshie when I moved here. Started last year.
My favourite beach in Sydney.
Probably the best beach in Sydney.
Wow.
I would agree. It's
a great beach.
It's certainly different to a lot of beaches, but it's a beautiful spot. And I definitely didn't get down as much as I would have liked, but I had a swim just before this in Maroubra.
Me too.
Was there for the day.
Not in Maroubra.
Bra boys.
Shout out Northbridge Baths.
Shout out that.
You're a
Shout
bra
out
boy.
The bra boys. And just
Please don't kill us.
Yeah.
Spectacular.
Beautiful. Yeah. Maroubra's a great spot.
But
I need to do more running around there, to be honest. I often think like I need to go south, because just the problem is I have to run past I need to get through like 3 or 4 Ks of King George's Road in the airport, but then you get to like Ramsgate Beach and you can kind of. I've had this loop. It's like 15K, like 7K out and back.
You're saying from here?
No, so there's Ramsgate Beach is like 3K south, like along the sort of inner harbour way.
Yeah.
But that's like 3Ks from my house. But you have to kind of like go past Mascot in the airport and then you get there. But it's like there's like a 7K run along the beach and then 7K back, and I'm like, that would be a great like little 15. I should just drive there, but haven't done that.
Early morning.
I'm also the furthest like south and west of anyone of our mates. Most people are either east or north. I haven't got many mates down south, so we'll see. Have to get them involved, but yeah, I think sussing out different beaches and beach runs is going to be the move over summer.
Come on,
because then you just jump straight in the water.
Yep, post-run swim.
Exactly.
Buy that.
Well, there you go. Finish with a swim.
Reflective pod. Give us your comments. Give us a 5-star.
Run them ratings up.
We've had way more listeners, but I want to see some 5 stars.
Well, interestingly, Spotify Unwrapped will be out soon.
Ooh.
So statistics. We should maybe do something.
If anyone has
top pods, we
will 100% do something. I will sort something out of my own pocket. I'll send you a gel.
Big pockets.
A whole $3.50.
Big pockets. Not much in them, but there's big pockets. I will.
His bunda. Big bunda, big pockets.
Exactly. I will organise something for anyone who has,
Well, realistically, you'll be one of the OGs.
I will. To be honest, I'll probably be in the. It'll be one of my top 5 pods.
I won't be. I don't really listen back. Certainly not on Spotify.
Fake fan.
But yeah, that'll be coming up soon. I think that's normally around this time, if not early. It'll be early December.
Yeah. I was about to say, because I do know when it drops, but it's not public, so I can't say.
Wow.
So
almost broke news.
Cut that.
His work. Well, there you go.
Please, like more than any episode, give us your feedback. Send us a DM. Send the pod a DM on Instagram.
Yeah, especially if you've listened thus far.
If you got this far,
an hour,
and you listen to me yap this at
send us a message.
an hour 15.
Let us know.
Give us something you like. Give us something you don't like. I'll take it all.
Yep.
So
if it's mum jokes, if it's random shout outs to New York City,
someone we should run.
Budokan loves those, but we are happy to stop them if someone
else
person that's not related to her in any way, shape, or form messages in.
Yeah. So give us your thoughts, because we want to see it grow, and that involves everyone who listens.
Love it.
Bang.
That's been Never Run Alone. Come
running
into 2026.
Bang.
See you then. And for the next few weeks of 2025.
Smooth.
Bye.